Hello, investors and traders, and welcome to the weekly market report with the market guys. I'm AJ Monty. This is a 1-year daily candle chart of the Russell 2000 index, ticker symbol RUT, and I've left my fan lines on the chart from last week's report so you can see how accurate the forecast was. Now, if you're new to fan lines, let me just explain quickly that these are nothing more than a display of an accelerated trend. So in other words, if the trend back here has shown for a long period of time, we take the last point at which the price had bounced off of that trend line and we use that as a new starting point, and we progress in a more vertical direction. Now when the fan lines start to move almost vertical, the risk of a pullback becomes even greater because price action cannot be sustained in a vertical move. So my forecast line right here showed that there was a very high chance the market was going to pull back because this fan line here again was almost vertical. Now that the second fan line here has broken, there's a good chance that the market is going to correct even further and pull back to this fan line. So I'm going to leave this line in place for next week so we can track that, and we'll update this every Friday and then deliver that to you. Now next week the Federal Reserve is coming out and the Fed is expected to make a move to tighten rates, and according to the CME, if you read down into this article, you'll see that the market is already pricing in a 93% chance that rates will go up by 25 basis points. Now, if interest rates go up, generally that's bearish for the market, but what you have to understand is that if the Fed does not raise by 25 basis points, or if they come in lower than that, that actually can be translated as a bullish bit of news, and the markets can rally on that news, even though interest rates are going higher. So we have to really keep an eye on the Fed. There's an old saying to follow the Fed. And with these fan lines, again, I think that the market ultimately can pull back. But if the Fed does not raise by 25 basis points, then we could see a little bit of a pop here in the Russell 2000 and across the major indices. Now, if we look at SPY, which is the ticker symbol for the spiders, the S&P 500 index, I've left my fan lines in place there from last week, and you can see that we followed exactly, I mean almost to the penny of what I forecasted last week. So I'm going to leave this one in place as well. I think ultimately we'll come down to test this fan line as support, and nothing has changed there, and the forecasts are looking very accurate at this point. So keep following us each and every week. Now if you look at the Qs, that's QQQ, the power shares, we did pull back like I said we would in this forecast here. So we came right to that target point on that fan line. We started pulling back, and now we're at the second fan line. So what I'm going to do here is simply move this to the right so you can see what the forecast is going to be. So this will be more or less resistance up here at the top, and what I'll do is I'll just draw this out for you, expecting a pullback here towards this third fan line from the top. Now the diamonds, ticker symbol DIA, we pulled back again in almost the exact angle that I forecasted. It was just delayed by maybe 2 days here. So we did get the pullback. We broke down below the second fan line, and just like I did with the spiders, I'm going to move this over to here and expecting a pullback to the third fan line. I'm counting these from the top. So first fan line, second fan line, third fan line, fourth fan line. I think we'll pull back to the third fan line. Now finally, the VIX. That's the volatility index. I left my lines on the VIX as well. I said that the VIX would rally. Again, look at that, to the penny. It's almost as though the VIX is following my forecast as though it was the trend line. But the VIX did bounce just like I said it would last Friday. And so I'm going to leave that forecast line in place. I think the VIX is going to continue higher as the market pulls back. Remember, the VIX works inversely to the S&P. So if the VIX is expected to move higher, the S&P is expected to move lower, and we've already mentioned that when I analyzed the SPY, the spiders, for you. So this is, again, another good week of forecasting. I hope you stay tuned to the market, guys. If you'd like to learn more about what we do on the educational side, just go to themarketguys.com, click on the video tab, and you'll see a library of videos that you can learn from. They're called Market Shots, and those videos are very short, 6 to 7 minutes long, and you can get your technical analysis education a little at a time. So have a great trading week next week, and we'll talk to you soon. So long.
This video segment is a small part of what the Market Guys offer through their educational products and services. If you are interested in any of our Trade Alert services, or you would like more information about our one-on-one mentoring program, simply contact us at info@themarketguys.com.